I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Locke and Key people. How are you?
Welcome to the Locke and Key After Show. My name is Loren, and I am filling in for Princess, who is out and about in the world. So thank you for being with us. We're here to talk about Episode 7, Dissection. I am not doing this alone. I am here with my co-hosts, Janice Nyam and Bryant Santo.
Hi, everyone.
Hello. All right, so what do we think of this episode? Oh my gosh.
This episode solidified my love for Locke and Key and my connection to these characters. I am so invested, and I literally almost cried at the end. I was in shock. Nina, please put down the bottle. Please, please. We can't go back to that life. We cannot.
All right, so we're going to work backwards, starting with Nina and the bottle. So she had a drinking problem. We know that from before.
Yes.
So that's a serious thing. So...
Man, that really, really broke my heart, because we know that the mug she was drinking from was the one Rendell gave her for her anniversary.
Oh my God, I love
you being sober.
Yes,
so for her
sobriety.
to use that same mug and go back to her old ways was just, I could not take it. I really could not.
I agree. Honestly, it was crazy for me, because I was already like on the edge of my seat from what had just happened. I was like, okay, I think that's it. They're just gonna do a nice little bow and tie it up, and then she took that swig, and I was like, no, girl, no swigs for you. I'm gonna call CPS even more now.
There we go. I was wondering how fast CPS was going to come. That's Child Protective Services, if you don't know, and if you don't know Brian. We so missed you those episodes you weren't here. We were talking about CPS. It wasn't the same. So the reason why we bring that up is what's really amazing is Nina is kind of on her own path away from the kids. Even though she's the mom and the guardian, she's not often really watching over them.
I was really, really, really happy to see that Nina was not a sketchy person after all this time, because she actually did not remember anything from her past. And you guys had questions about, her authenticity.
Sure, yes.
Are you guys still like, hell no, Nina, you have to.
Well,
I always believed she was nice, and she was just, just oblivious to everything that was going on.
I kind of got the impression she was just oblivious. But with the drinking issue, I feel like she is on her own journey, kind of her nightmares she has to deal with. So I'm curious if that changes what you think about her, and if it changes how the family reacts to this situation.
I think Kinsey would definitely get on her for going back to, being that absentee mother, because she definitely had some issues growing up, because we remember the memory she took from her head the last time she used the head key. It was her remembering that her mom was actually there for her, even though all this time she thought her mom wasn't there.
Right.
So I think having her mom kind of step back and, go back into her bad habits or unhealthy habits per se, it's gonna break her for sure.
Yeah. So what do you think, Brian, of Nina now?
I agree. I know we talked about this before. We were kind of trying to figure out, especially since the mirror episode, which was so far back, but it feels like it just kind of happened too. Trying to figure out if she was lying, if she knew everything, or if she really was, maybe lost her memory or something triggered in her. But I guess she really didn't know anything, because she was really shook by Sam. Really Sam had her shaken up, shaken and stirred over ice on the rock. So it was crazy. And I think that she really just didn't know what was happening. And she's now discovering everything and finally putting the pieces together. So I do feel bad for her, and of course all that trauma had to lead somewhere, and unfortunately we saw where it led to, which was back to the bottle, unfortunately.
Right. Now, so let's talk about the main part of this show was Sam. We really got to learn Sam's backstory. He had an abusive dad, a father who didn't love him, and so...
Poor dude.
Yeah, it makes sense that he was looking for love, and so Dodge found him through a picture. If a picture talked to me... I'd be trying to figure out what is in my coffee cup.
I'm wondering if Rendell had that picture so he could communicate with Dodge, because if that picture talks, maybe he was communicating with Dodge the entire time, because
you just jumped to prediction.
I don't know. Maybe he put her there so he can have an eye on her at all times.
That is the O face, the oh my gosh face right there.
Still, though, I really, really feel for Sam's character, guys. I don't know. You guys are heartless. I can't help you with that. But this guy thought he was getting help from his counselor and his friend, just to find out that they weren't really, caring for him in that way. They were just like using him as an experiment. How would you feel if that happened to you?
No, but wait, hello. We had to talk about Tyler, remember, where he kind of had the heart-to-heart moment and he was like, I was really your friend.
But the intention that started their friendship was never...
It wasn't honest. It was the
wasn't
father.
honest.
It was the
It wasn't
father.
honest.
Right. That's
Yeah.
right. And so what unfortunately happened was Rendell was talking to Sam, and it seemed like he was about to say, "Hey, how's it at home?" which made us think that Sam would start to say something.
Yeah.
And then he gets the phone call. He's like, "I'll be right back."
Yeah, that was really
And
weird.
Sam's like, "You jerk," because there's nobody there for Sam.
Exactly.
That's the big
Other than
takeaway.
his little sister that we saw, that we didn't know he had.
We saw her. That's the thing that breaks my heart is you've got the little sister here and you've got the older brother who's trying to take care of her. So I definitely feel Sam just trying to find love, somebody to recognize him, and that's Dodge. Dodge cares for him. That's what she says through the picture.
Do you guys think Sam is a redeemable character? Do you see him, maybe in season 2, do you see him being part of the Locke family? Like maybe the family is going to like open their doors to him and maybe embrace him after everything he's done to them? Because I'm already there. I feel like these writers are like literally pulling at my heartstrings. I'm like, oh my God. Like I definitely see his reasons now for doing everything he did. Even though it's not justified, but I do see the reasoning behind it.
I would agree with you, but then I wouldn't, because the reason I wouldn't is because he wasn't really like a martyr in that sense. Like, if he really said like, Nina, Tyler, go, I'll sacrifice myself for you, then maybe. But he still, to the very bitter end, tried to like kind of do it for himself, which I think, of course, it was kind of like back and forth with like Dodge still manipulating him in a way. But if he would have like sacrificed himself or would have tried to redeem himself with the family, then I would think that. But because he still tried to get his way or Dodge's way to the bitter end, I don't think so.
And I think there's a lot of good and bad. We've talked about Kinsey. Is she becoming the Dodge, the antagonist? And so I kind of think in that sense that Sam may become an antagonist in the ghost world. Now, we haven't seen the ghost grandpa or ghost great grandpa.
I think we will see him.
I thought that's where Bode was going, to see him and get advice, but I guess
But
not.
he can't really see
Right,
him if
so
he's not
so
knowing.
right, Bode used the ghost key to go and see what was going on when Sam got to the house, and then he left the key in the door, as a little kid might do, like leaving the door open, which will come back to haunt him and Sam.
Good
Thank you
one.
very much. So let's keep talking, but would you please tell our folks right here how excited you are that they are
I would
joining
love
us?
to. Guys, we really, really want to thank you for making us the ESPN of TV talk. We come here every day because we love TV shows and we know that you guys do too. So definitely give us a like on Facebook, Instagram. We're live right now on YouTube. You can comment and let us know what you're thinking. If we're wrong, tell us we're wrong. If we're getting on your nerves, let us know. We're always here for you. So definitely find us on Instagram, Twitter at AfterBuzzTV, and give us a subscription. And also, we also do podcasts. So if you don't have time to watch our live recordings, definitely check us out on there and leave us a review. Tell us how we're doing. We're always happy to see that. And yeah, we really, really want to talk to you guys. So definitely hit us up in the live chat. Yes.
Right. And then we're always checking all of the episodes. They're always available on our YouTube channel at AfterBuzz, and that we look at the comments. So if you are catching up, because this is a binge show, a lot of people haven't seen the show yet. I'm kind of surprised, but it's okay. It will happen. So as you do and you start catching up, post on the episode 1 after show. Let us know what you're thinking. We're more than happy. We'll try not to spoil it, but we may present some questions and comments
Yeah, we
in
might
there
read your
for us.
review on air too, and get you involved in our show. I know you guys would love that.
Yes.
Ooh, mentioned on air. So thank you very much. All right. So let's talk about Dodge and Tyler. Tyler and Dodge sitting in a liquor store. Drinking.
Sitting in a Dodge.
Right. And then sitting in a Dodge. So she's targeting Tyler to do what? For what purpose?
Gain his trust and get him to willingly give over the keys. That's what I think. she was
Yes,
doing.
I think so too. We were talking about this, is that he doesn't know what she looks like. When the whole thing with the fire with Bode, he only saw the back of her head, so he doesn't know how she looks. So she was trying to get what she wanted from him, and like you said, trick him into giving her the keys willingly.
Exactly. And we actually, sorry.
No, go.
Did I
You're
cut you
good. You're
off?
good. I was trying to think of what I was gonna say
And we
next.
actually got to we got an explanation behind the reason why Dodge cannot actually take the keys from the kids.
Right.
Did you guys catch that?
Yeah. It's interesting that she can take it from anyone else except for the Locks.
Yes, I guess because like the keeper of the keys are the owners of the house. So
Right.
yeah.
And then all of a sudden in my mind, I'm thinking about the picture again. Boy, you brought up that idea that what if...
I have things floating in here.
What if Rendell did speak with her from the picture? He's like, it reminds me of my past
Maybe he's
and
just
where I was
watching
from.
over her. Like, I don't want her to escape because I feel like the well was a prison for her. And with Bode going into the well and releasing her, that's when all the chaos started happening.
Right.
So I think maybe Dodge had done something to the friend group, and what they did was lock her in there and make sure they had an eye on her.
So I'd be curious to know how the picture came about.
Yeah.
And so many questions. So she targets
I could
Tyler.
be totally wrong too. Like,
But
I might watch this back and be like, "What the?"
But you know what? You never know. We just pick a direction and go in three ways from that.
Yes.
So what's interesting though is Dodge wants to keep drinking. Tyler's like, I gotta go home, and he looks back behind him and he sees a key.
I feel like she could have been better with hiding that key. It was literally just like, I'm right here for you.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like in her coat pocket and he was
No,
feeling her
it was
up or
like,
anything.
no,
like
no.
she just like threw it to the back of the
Yeah.
of the truck
It's like,
and
"Oh, let's go." And she's like, "Oh,
I can't deal, but
it's right there."
she's living her best life. Getting
But I really, really love that scene.
getting hot and steamy with Tyler.
Yeah. How old is Dodge and how old is Tyler, guys?
Right,
This
interesting.
is-
All right. So we fast forward to back to Sam. Sam is in the house. He's got the gun. He's hungry as heck. He makes everyone else eat dinner.
That was weird.
And
Turkey tetrazzini.
Tetrazzini, right.
Yeah.
I wonder if it was because he never got, in a way, he never got to have a family meal.
Oh,
so in his angry way,
sure.
this was his chance to be like, I'm here with family.
You're so insightful.
That
I
is
would have
very-
never
Thank
guessed
you.
that. That was just weird to me. I was like,
me
okay,
too. I was
dude.
literally like, why is he force feeding them? And then that makes a lot of sense.
I got to tell you, a lot of the things you bring up make me think in different directions. But
That's why we have 3 different people, because we all
Yes.
think differently.
Yes.
And you guys in the comments also are thinking differently.
But just that you brought that up, we
Yes.
have Chaos13212. Hello.
Hey.
So I'm kind of confused. Is who Ellie seeing really Lucas, or has it been Dodge this whole time? So remember I brought this up that Ellie, we talked about the whole like shape-shifting possibility.
Yeah.
So maybe Lucas is Dodge. Because remember she called down to him in the well.
Ooh, I completely forgot about Lucas.
Yeah, so they're asking if Dodge is Lucas or if there's another person in the well like we talked about. So thank you for that reminder. We will
Yeah.
hopefully see
So did
soon.
Tyler hook up with a guy?
Oh yeah, retweet.
Now I'm thinking of all the movies.
I mean,
Well,
the
there was the movie Ghost from 1995 where Whoopi Goldberg was playing Patrick Swayze. So there was a famous love scene where while it was actually Whoopi Goldberg's character, it was Patrick Swayze. So
Interesting.
if
That's
you
kind
haven't
of
seen the movie, you're like,
mind-effing.
what's going on? It's a good movie, all right? It's a great holiday any time of the year movie. All right. All right. So Sam is there. He eats. He gets the keys. He goes outside to try to find the head key, which Kinsey says, oh, it's with Tyler. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. Now it's out in the forest.
Yeah.
And in the forest, she tries to kill him with the knife she used to kill Fear. And then guess who pops up out of the plants?
Fear.
Fear does.
Fear in the flesh.
I
She
gotta give
resurrects,
props
guys.
to her. So I'm so sorry that I was coming for her. I came for her neck the last 6 episodes.
I was with you.
But I gotta give props to her that she definitely came through for the family tonight, and I guess, killing her fear really did a huge benefit, because it allowed her to kind of make those risky decisions. If she still had that fear, maybe she wouldn't have told Sam. She could have just given the key, and then that would have been it. He could have just killed them all. But the
Right.
fact that she hid it in the whale, and then she tricked him to go out into the woods.
Right.
I think it was really great, and the fact that she even tricked him with the knife, because she knew the fear was there, and there was a distraction, and then she knew the fear was going to jump out after. So
Interesting.
yeah, but
Interesting thought.
gotta give her props, because I was coming for her neck, but she redeemed herself.
Honestly,
Right.
I feel like Kinsey was the only person who was taking actionable measures in saving them, because her mom was just like crying and like, oh, I can't, my kids. I was like, you need to get up and save your family.
And this is
Like,
before we saw her drink. So yeah.
This was before. I just want her to be more of like an actionable character, because she's just always like in the background investigating stuff, and then
Come on it. You know what it is? Because we often will see a strong mom. That's kind of the normal character we see, and she is not a strong mom. She is struggling just to stay out of the house, whether it's talking to Ellie or talking to Joe.
I think we need a backstory for Nina, because there has to be a reason why she's just so, blank and.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting. So Tyler gets the Anywhere key, gets back in the house. He's tied up. He escapes. He finds the key inside the orca whale stuffed animal. And then Sam gets killed when Dodge arrives. Were you surprised with that?
Yes. I felt like if we had paused that scene, if we had paused Dodge killing him for like the next 5 minutes, we would have seen Sam come to the bright side. But I think Dodge was just like, no, I'm just gonna like get what I want to get. But I felt Sam trying to be a better person in that moment. Like, he wants love. We all want love, so I could relate to that. But unfortunately, Dodge had to be Dodge. So there's that.
I disagree with you. I don't think he was going to save them. I don't think he's redeemable. I don't think him or Nina are redeemable. I'm still calling CPS on both of them and you.
1 and out for you. Like, there's no second chances.
This is going to be so awkward when we have one or more guests on the show. Hint, hint. How awkward it's going to be. Like, wait, where did CPS come into this? It's going to be a whole thing. So, but you're right. Dodge really doesn't give any time for much exposition.
She's a badass.
Or second thought. She's like, amazing. I don't want to hear about it, Sam. Goodbye. Yeah. Now, he did just eat a whole big meal. So, and then that's where she sticks him right there.
No.
So, but what's interesting, we got to go inside Sam's head for a little bit.
Yes.
And we got to see the softer side of Sam, or the crying child, the one that wanted love.
I was really confused about that scene. I didn't really see it as.
So that's why I wanted to talk about, because I was trying to figure out if he was still being evil in that moment, because was he really trying to have that redeeming moment with Tyler, or because right when they tried to get away, he turned the key and he got out of it, So
I think he just found himself in like a compromising situation where he wasn't in power with the gun anymore. So he was like, oh, I guess I have to like plead for my life because, I have no control.
Sure. Yeah. So I guess Nina was finally going to do something. She finally had the gun in hand. Girl, please do something.
Oh my God.
I did think that Sam was kind of had his softer side and wanted to hug Tyler honestly and say, I really want this love. But then you're right. The other Sam pulled the key out and dropped it on the floor.
And picks up the gun again, right?
And picks up the gun. Okay. So many gun moments. And then we end with Kinsey saying, nobody's going to sleep, Mom. And she's like, all right, if no one's going to sleep, let me get the bottle out.
Can we talk about Sam becoming a ghost? Like, that scene.
Right.
Oh, my God. What did you guys think about that whole... That was crazy. That was literally insane. Because, first of all, Sam has been this horrible person, right? And now we see him getting definitely what he deserves. But for me personally, I just found him to just be so redeemable in that moment. I was just like, okay, I feel for you, Sam. I felt like you were going to, do the right thing if Dodge hadn't stabbed you.
Sure.
So to see his body being dragged off and then him floating outside, I was like, okay, is this it for him? Like, is he going to come back? I hope he's like just roaming around and we get to see him again. But that was a really, really cool scene, but also really sad. I almost cried.
Yeah, so I guess, did they touch on this in the first time they introduced the ghost key, that you have to keep the door open? Because Bode said it, and then that's why Sam officially died, because the officer... Yeah, because the officer closed the door. And that's why his body went limp.
Is that permanent death or just while the door's closed? Because the ghosts don't go anywhere. So when the door opens, could Sam come back?
Sure,
Could he find his body and go back?
And so what happens if the body is like cremated?
Yeah, so we didn't get those answers, but I do remember that's... I don't know if they talked about it in the first time we got the key, but Bode did say, keep the door open, like, for sure, so...
All right, so that's basically a recap of the show. Whew. But now we move on to special segment with Bryant. Take it away.
Ooh, it's actually with
Janice.
Oh, Janice, I'm sorry, Janice.
Bryant has the news and gossip.
I do.
So you guys stick around for that.
Okay.
But so today we didn't really get a new key introduced. So we're going to go ahead and talk about which of the 5 keys, is it 5 keys? I'm sorry if it's not 5, but which of the keys we've discovered so far, which one do you think you would want to keep? which one do you think is the most beneficial key for you personally? Or your favorite key, per se?
Oh, okay. Favorite key. Not one would be beneficial if I was stuck at the Locke house and I was one of the... Well, I love the anywhere key. I think
so
that's
cool.
a fun key, and there's a lot of places. I used to want to fly when I was a kid, but I don't want to be a ghost to do it, and I don't want somebody slamming the door on me.
The ghost key is definitely not fun
So,
anymore.
So for me, anywhere key.
For me, I would say the music key, because I want to be able to control people to do whatever the hell I want. You know, I can tell someone, hey, give me all your money. Hey, give me tickets to go see Justin Bieber on tour coming this summer. Give me anything I want. I could literally be the king of everything if I had that key.
I feel I see that in your eyes right now.
Turning dark. Turning into Kinsey.
Oh my gosh. I would probably choose the head key just because I think I'm introspective, but I don't think I really am. So I do want to go into my own head.
What's actually going on?
Yeah, and then if I have people who I guess know about that, maybe I can go into their head and speak about it too. But really quick, I want to just say hi to everybody on the live chat. Thank you all for joining us. Lots of great questions and answers hopefully you're getting from us. So yes, keep talking. We love having you in the conversation.
Awesome. All right. And then, so thank you very much for that special
You're
segment.
welcome.
Yay.
Now it's time for the news.
TV News.
Hello, everyone. I'm back. All right. So just some really quick news and gossip. So not sure if any of you know this, but this show was actually kind of run through different outlets to actually get picked up by Netflix. So it started in a couple different networks. For example, it was on Hulu. It was actually at a pilot. But it was more kind of like horror-based. So the show creators were recently on a podcast for The Hollywood Reporter talking about how Hulu made it very, very horror-based as opposed to what we see now on Netflix, which is more fantasy-based, more teen-focused kind of thing. And what's really cool and interesting is how some of the cast from the Hulu original moved over to Netflix as well. So, for example, the roles of Sam and Rufus were swapped, even though they came from Hulu. So Thomas Mitchell Barnett, who plays Sam, was actually supposed to play Rufus, who is Ellie's son.
Yeah, that's really crazy.
Yeah, so he's now played by Kobe Bird. So it's really cool how this show has kind of gone through
Great
progression.
performance, by the way.
Yes, they've been amazing. The cast is amazing on this show. So it's really cool how this show has gone through some progression, and hopefully we're going to get that season 2. But cool how it all kind of landed on Netflix, and it's been really great. So
Yeah.
Very
Thanks for
cool.
that.
Thank you very
Yes.
much for that news. All right, now, before we end the show, let's go to predictions.
And now,
Brian,
your
can you start if you have
AfterBuzz
one?
TV.
I need to gather my thoughts because this was an intense one.
okay, my predictions. Oh my gosh.
Sorry if I like.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm thinking, but I do have something, but I don't want to throw Nina under the bus anymore because I feel like everyone thinks I just hate the poor girl, but I don't. But you guys are probably going to talk about it anyway, so I won't. Maybe something with Tyler because I feel like he might get some more story development because he did get that closure from Sam with the whole thing. Like this whole time he was feeling like his dad was
really
killed by him, you know, basically saying, kill my dad, you know. So I think he feels a lot better getting that closure from Sam. So hopefully he kind of gets his act together and maybe gets back with Jackie. Even though Jackie, if I was you, girl, don't take him back.
Jackie.
But
Where was Jackie? Where were all the girls, or the girlfriends and
Yes.
boyfriends? This
But
episode?
maybe he's going to get his act together and get back with Jackie and then live happily ever after.
Yeah.
Are you ready yet, or you still need a few
I
minutes?
need a few seconds.
I
I'm
feel like
curious to hear what you're
we're
gonna say.
ordering at a restaurant, and you're like, I still don't
That's
know.
literally me every day. Like I take 10 minutes to
Got
order
it. All
anything.
right. So I have been thinking about Rufus, and we haven't seen a lot of him. I really like his friendship with Bode, and something makes me feel like the last episode, they're going to team up and kind of be like an 80s movie where they do kind of the soldier thing and
Like Stranger Things.
Yeah, Stranger Things, that they're going to team up and kick butt
I think so too.
I
and
love
save
that.
the day.
Rufus is a really, really cool character, and I want to see more of him for sure.
Yeah. So that's my prediction. We only have one more left.
I'm gonna go off of you guys' predictions. I think Sam is gonna be back. I don't think he's dead. I think he's gonna go hang out with what's his name? Grandpa?
Chamberlain.
Chamberlain, right.
Miss him. I
Chamberlain.
stab
Yeah,
him.
I think he's gonna go hang out with Chamberlain, and Chamberlain is gonna put some knowledge in his head and make him a good person and a better person, and then he's gonna use that knowledge to help the Locke family.
Ooh,
Like that. I love
interesting.
that.
All right. Well, those are our predictions for episode 7. We have 3 more shows. Before we go, tell us where we can find you on the interwebs.
All right, friends, you can find me at the Bryant Santos on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube.
And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Nyam Janice, NYAM JANICE.
And you can find me on Instagram at Loren Kling. You can also find me here on Tuesday nights for the Schitt's Creek Season 6. From all of us here at AfterBuzz TV, have a great day and evening.
Thanks for watching,
Bye, everybody.
guys.
Hi, Princess. We miss you.
Miss you, Princess.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.